In this video, we're going to take a look at multiplying and dividing fractions. So the first example I want to take a look at is, what if we would take a number like 1/4 times 1/2? So visually, what does that look like? So if I had a square, and let's say I divided that into fourths. 1/4 would be this much of it. But then I only want half of that much. So I'm going to now, instead of dividing it like that, I'm going to divide it again, that 1/4 in half, and only have that much. But out of the entire whole, I now have 8 total pieces in the whole, and I only have one of them that is shaded. If I would have switched up this same type of problem, and let's say I was talking about 3/4. So 3/4 would be, 3 of these would be shaded. But again, I only want half of that whole, so I'd divide all of that. And now I would have that one, and that one, and that one, which my answer now would be 3 out of 8. So the shortcut for these, when you're multiplying fractions, is we're just going to think of this as being one fraction bar here all the way across, and I'm going to multiply my numerators, and I'm going to multiply my denominators. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 4 times 2 is 8. If we're going to do division, so let's say I wanted to do 3/4 divided by 1/2. Now this is a little bit different. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to keep my first fraction the way it is, 3/4. But my division, instead of dividing by a fraction, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of that other fraction. So the reciprocal means I switch my numerator and denominator. So instead of dividing by a fraction, instead of dividing by 1/2, I am now multiplying by 2/1. And once it's a multiplying problem, I now think of it as one fraction and multiply straight across. 6/4. That can reduce down to 3/2. Giving another example of division. 5/7 divided by 2/3. So again, I'm going to keep my first fraction. I'm going to change from division to multiplication, and I'm going to switch this one, or flip that one, to its reciprocal of 3/2. Now multiplying straight across gives me 15/14. Hope that helps.